Welcome back to another live stream, everyone. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than the usual videos that I usually make, but at the same time, I hope that this video is very touching, soul touching, and also that you gain some wisdom and you make the best decision that will improve and that will bless you, and that you are spiritually being led by the Holy Spirit to do exactly what you should be doing in this next season in your life. Okay, everyone, this is an exciting season for everyone. You guys don't understand. You guys, it's the most beautiful, most important and valuable season in our lives. And we have to rejoice. We have to give all glory to the Most High, because He's the only one that got us through each and every single situation. He pulled us out of that dark pit of darkness and brought us into the light, and we are shining, we are glowing. Our light, our spiritual gifts have had a major a skyrocket increase in our spiritual gifts, and now we know exactly who we are and who God says we are, and who he has always said that we are. He's always told us who we are, but He was slowly and surely telling us little by little during each test, and we were like, oh wow, God was able to bring me through this. Wow. And then you look back and you're like, wow, I've gone through so much, and you're still here by the grace of God, by His protection over your life. So I want to say that it's time that we move on. It's time that we choose what will give just the most glory to God, that He will look at us and be proud of us and tell us, you've done an excellent work. You've done exactly what I've chosen you to fulfill here, temporarily, that we're here. So we got, you guys, the distractions, they're there. They're gonna be there. The devil is gonna be sending a plentitude of constant bombarding with distractions. And he's gonna send a lot of familiar spirits, a lot of people from your past, a lot of people who were watchers, who are continuous watchers, and now they've turned into witnesses to see who you are currently, to see who was always there with you. God, always right beside you, your angels guarding you and protecting you from every demon that tried you. But they're defeated, and they feel a great sense of shame, guilt, defeat for what they have done against a child of God. Okay? Some of them are still thinking of their demons are still, tormenting them, and they're wanting to come back to try again to torment you and plot and scheme, but no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And He who is within you is greater than he who is in the world. So, I have a very important message for each and every single one of you. This message is never go back. Do not look back. And let go, move on, because greater is to come into this next season. You're going through a major breakthrough. And that's why they're sending a lot of old people, and people that once you really wanted to try to make it work with them, but no matter how much you tried to force the relationship with them, no matter how much you tried your best to save each and every single relationship and help them to become a better person, they just were relentless and persistent on continually going against you and continually choosing to do you wrong, because they had free will and they chose to reject you. They chose to neglect you and to set you aside. And when you had nothing, they saw you as nothing. They saw you as beneath them, that they were somehow better than you, because God, during that time, many of them were being supposedly pretending like they were being blessed, and the devil was constantly rewarding their evil deeds and their evil works that they were doing against a chosen one, not knowing that everything that they sowed is what they shall reap. And this is harvesting season, and many of them are having to go through exactly what they've tried to put other people through. Okay? So, with that being said, you reached a point where these demons, they took it too far with you. They really tried to write you off. They tried they did everything in their power by using this dark magic, all these in the demonic realm. Each demon, warlock, witch, and Jezebel spirit tried to really take away what God has said that is yours, that belong to your soul that you've been fighting for all these years in spiritual warfare. And sometimes, there was times where you didn't even know what was going on. You didn't know what was wrong with these people. You were just questioning to yourself, what's wrong with them? Why are they being so cruel to me? Why are they treating me so unfairly and with so much injustices and with so much rage, when I'm being very loving and being very understanding and trying to understand where they're coming from, and yet they still want to try to misjudge me and contemplate to form their weapons against me. And the whole time you had all these angels, these big angels, these beautiful, strong, powerful, these big angels around you, surrounding you, the whole light, the Holy Spirit protecting you of the evil one. Okay? And they saw you as a threat. They saw you as a threat. They saw you standing in your power, and they all felt fearful of you. And they were scared of who you could have become, okay? And that's why you've been under attack. And the attacks just show you what's within you, what God has placed within you, the spiritual gifts and the spiritual abilities that you carry out into this world, this light that you just glow and you beam around everywhere you go. And they know, many of them knew who you were since the beginning of time. All right, you guys? And you could have tried to make it work. You could have tried to conform to, pleasing them, appeasing mankind, and yet mankind still wanted nothing to do with you because you weren't one of them. Now, this is talking in the spiritual realm. In the spiritual realm, there's demons, there's angels, there's good and there's evil, there's light and there's dark. So the darkness and all his little demons, they get together in like a whole pack of wolves, and they work together against you. Now, don't be fooled, don't be deceived anymore, because there was plenty of times where we were being deceived and we fell right into their little games, their little manipulation, gaslighting, and all the witchcraft that they've done over us, that they've tried to keep us, those strongholds, those demonic strongholds that they've tried to keep us in. And now this is the breakthrough. This is where we're literally just breaking, and we're going boom, and we're raising up, because all those setbacks, it was like you know, one of those slingshots. They could setback after setback. They witnessed you take setback after setback, loss after loss, loss after loss, and you kept going back and back and back and back and back and back. And then God was getting ready, and He's like, okay, I gave you guys enough chances. I gave you enough chances, and you still don't see what my child is trying to do in your life. Is blessing you. All right, here it goes. Boom! You took off. You took off, and you went spiritually above. And we have authority, you guys. We have authority in the spiritual realm. Don't forget that. We have authority to trample over scorpions and snakes in the spiritual realm. And they tried to put a veil over our eyes and try to make us feel like we were weak just because of our big heart, just because of our kindness, of our forgiveness, our forgiving spirit. We constantly wanted to continue to try to see the good in every single one and project our inner light onto those around us, not knowing that those same things that you saw in other people were exactly what you were reflecting back to, that you were, okay? And you tried to see the potential, because many of these people did have potential, but they continuously wanted to take what was yours. They wanted to take what was rightfully and spiritually yours. You know, they could not take away what God has given you, because you made a covenant. You made a covenant with your Heavenly Father. And no matter what, people tried to tempt you, they tried to deceive you, they tried to use all these tactics to work for evil against you. And instead, God turned it around and made it work for good. Okay? So what people mean for evil, God will use that for good. Alright? So, you know, you have a lot of them shocked. You have a lot of them enraged right now. You have a lot of them being hateful, haters, you know, constantly haters. They have that spirit of hatred in them. That spirit of envy is eating at their soul, because they see who you've become. And they've tried so hard to place you in a box and limit you and tell you you were only going to be amount to this, and you weren't going to be able to break free out of whatever witchcraft curse they've tried to project onto you. Okay? There's a lot of projection, a lot of constant repeatedly telling you the same thing over and over again, trying to make you believe it. But here God is renewing your mind. God is renewing your spirit, renewing your heart, renewing your temple as well, and just overpouring the Holy Spirit within you. And now, you know, people didn't want you to know who you were, so they had to do everything to try to bring you down to their level, to their level of darkness, trying to put you in utter darkness, so they can feel like they were doing better in life, that they were better than you, and not knowing that, you know, you were trying to help them learn from you and become, you know, a better person. And no matter what, you know, they were so prideful that they attacked you instead. So I'm here to say, you guys, that it's just, you already gave them chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity. They had a chance to make things right with you, and you know, you constantly, when they were in that time of your life, you constantly forgave them. You constantly told them that, you know what, I forgive you, but you know, just don't do it again. And then there they went, doing it over again. There they went, you know, continually trying to make you look bad, continually trying to put you in a negative situation, a negative predicament. and trying to make other people see you in a negative spotlight, and then them trying to pretend like they were the light, like they were a good person and you were the bad person. You deserve the way that they were treating you. And some of them took it way too far, and they had no business treating you that way, because you have not done anything to them to make them treat you in that very evil and destructive and wicked way that they were treating you all along. You know, they only wanted to use you and abuse you. But that's enough. Enough is enough. You know, we were just in their life for a reason and for a lesson that we've learned. But they were playing very unfairly with you, very unfairly. They weren't fair with you. They thought that they were getting over on you, that they were actually doing something to you that was going to make sure that you were going to be left down, to keep you beneath, like to put their foot and to step on you, to keep you down. And they imagined in their delusional mind that that's where you were going to stay, not knowing that God was hiding you, and that God wanted you to see them for who they were, so that way when God was going to elevate you spiritually, you were going to be able to see every snake in your life and see them exactly for who they are and who they're working for against you. So everything is for a reason, and it has a higher purpose. And we still have, each one of you guys all have a purpose to complete, to fulfill. And so that's the reason why so many God was allowing them to, you know, get away with a lot, because God was just trying to also show you that, you know, you don't need these certain people in your life, that trust Him and lean on Him more than you lean on people who are going to constantly disappoint you, let you down, and betray you. And instead, God wanted you to trust Him, to put your full faith, have full faith in what He was doing in your life, and also to be courageous and fearless. And God continued to show you that there is nothing to fear, that there's nothing to fear. Because as long as you have God on your side, nothing can go against you. No demon, nothing can ever go against you, because He's omnipotent. And so, you know, they had their chance. They had, wow, I think countless chances. Like, you gave them more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 chances. You overly, you know, extended yourself. You overly forgave them. And they took your kindness as a weakness. They thought you were weak and very meek. But remember, God loves the meek. He loves the humble. And, you know, they also see humbleness as a weakness. As, oh, you know, you're humble, so that means, you know, you're going to allow people to just walk all over you, and because you're a humble person. And the worst part about it all is that these same people that were using you were also, they didn't like you, but at the same time, they would constantly come to you to take from you. But yet, they were the same ones going out of their way to talk bad about you and to speak bad over your life. And so with what audacity do they have to come back again, to think that they are deserving of what you have now acquired over all the pain and trauma that you had to heal. And these same people caused your trauma. These were the same people that were wounding you, were spiritually breaking you down, were hurting you spiritually. And that pain is so intense. There's no pain as a betrayal and you know, your heart being in just and hurt and like pain. I don't understand. It's like it's a wound that you had to heal, and that you had to forgive yourself for allowing people to mistreat you and to treat you the way that they were treating you. Like you also had to forgive them, but mostly you're forgiving yourself, and you're taking accountability, and you're telling yourself, I won't allow this to happen again in my life. You know. So there's a lesson that needs to be learned on their part. You know, don't give them another chance to reject you twice and to treat you bad again. They already had one chance. Don't give them two chances to break your heart. And I made a quick whiteboard, and it says, you had enough. You had enough. They preyed on your kindness. They preyed on your light. They were full of deception. They were just very deceptive. Exactly. Kindness is a strength. And they shamed you for being too loving, for being too good, for your own good. They shamed you for that. And you know, it was all deception. But one thing that we have to do is we have to no longer allow people to use and abuse us, to only come around us to use us, to only keep us around so they can continue to benefit from whatever it is that we were offering to them. And to abuse you, to disrespect you, and to not respect and be grateful and appreciative over what you're doing to help them and to support them in their lives. So now, in Isaiah's 62:11-7, it says, for your shame you shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offering. And I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. And so, the Lord has set you free from the burdens of others. He has finally allowed you to break through and to break away from every person that was trying to suppress your authentic self, suppress who you are, suppress your uniqueness, your spiritual gifts, and your ability to be a light. They wanted you to dim your light. And there was many years where we constantly dimmed our light, where we allowed people to, feel, we allowed people to feel, safer around us by dimming our own light for many times. We made ourselves small, we made ourselves more quieter. We kind of hid ourselves from people because we were scared of them being vindictive and controlling us on who we are allowed to be and how we are allowed to show up for ourselves. So it's just a beautiful time. And you've been set free from the burdens of others, of what people expect from you. But God wasn't expecting you to literally break yourself backwards and deplete yourself and just allow people to take and take from you. So God had to cause a separation. And now, and now we're really we are really being released, and we're releasing the unnecessary baggage and the unnecessary weight that we carried for so long over our shoulders, that was keeping us just stagnant and suppressed, and these people were trying to hold us back. And now it's just like we're only doing exactly what we are called to do now. This is God's battle, and he's gonna fight our battle for us at this time. So we shouldn't worry. We shouldn't be overly concerned with what people do, because at the end of the day, they choose who they want to continue to be. And if they don't want to change, then we can't control them to change, because they have free will just like we have free will. So and at the end of the day, people have to pay for their decisions. There's consequences to every action that one decides to make. And many of the times it's just, God just needs to teach them a valuable lesson, that they should have never messed with you, that they should have never tested you, and they should have never spoke bad about you and kept your name in their mouth, and try to make you less important. God had to sort a lot of things out of your life and get rid of that negative energy that didn't belong to you. It belonged to someone else. I agree with you. The stalkers are on low level of consciousness. But they fed into their delusions, and we tried to tell them the truth, and they continuously wanted to, believe their very own lies about themselves and about about us as well, because they can convince themselves and they can lie to themselves about who they are as a person, and they expect us to just go along with their lies and just allow them to continue to lie to us. And we just won't allow it, because we have the spirit of the truth. We just won't allow people just coming around us and lying to us, or lying about us, or lying about, who we are, or even lying about who they say they are as well. That's enough. That's enough of deception, And many of them really look down on you. They talk down on you with a patronizing tone of voice. You guys, these were all demons. This was all just a spiritual war that we are going through. They wanted to go back and forth, thinking that, that they can just exit and then return back in your life whenever they so-called please to do so. It's just not going to be allowed anymore. The whole back and forth, the whole mind games, playing with you, taking you as a joke, not taking you seriously. That's enough. So we have to just stop allowing people to waste our time, to waste our energy, and to just use us whenever it's only convenient for their own gain. When we are being called to serve God, not to serve mankind. We can only serve one God. We can't serve two. And that's what they've always, tried and conjured up on us serving them. As if we were born and obligated to just be their toy, their game. So what God has said about you all along, you finally know exactly what God has said about you all along. And what that means is that, God has finally revealed to you who you are and what He has always wanted you to know about yourself all along, all these years. So what ended up happening is that you turn that pain to power. You turn that negativity to positivity. And you got more serious with your life. You got very serious with your life. You've already done enough for these people. You've already shown them enough grace and mercy. So there's nothing there's nothing or anything else that you could have done to make the relationship work, because when you're in a spiritual warfare, those demons are not going to want to make it work with you. What they're going to want to do is they're going to want to just spiritually attack you in the spiritual realm. So there's nothing that you could have done to save that relationship. There's nothing that you could have done to prove it, and you had to choose your path. The narrow path. You had to either choose, they were going a whole different direction than you, and you were going left, they were going right. And so in the relationship, you were like, hey, I'm over here, and they were going the other way. So, you said, no, I love God a lot. I love God so much that I'm not willing to give up God over you. So you just have to continue to keep moving on, because there's choices that we have to make. There's things that God will just tell us to do, and we have to obey him, and we can't disobey him and lean on our own understanding, because he already shows us the signs. He shows us their spirits, and he reveals to us, what kind of demons we're coming up against. And sometimes God just wants us to just close that door and, keep that door closed and never reopen it, because that's a demonic portal. That's a demonic stronghold, a person that's trying to create a demonic soul tie with you. And so the sooner that you got out, the quicker that you were able to heal from it. And that's why we had to let a lot of people go, and we had to go into this isolation. We had to lose a lot of snakes that were in our lives, because they were really trying to be a curse in our lives, not a blessing, a curse. So we've already done enough, enough as in the reason, as in like giving them chances. That's what I mean. Until they can't come around you and be like, oh, you owe me a lot more, you owe me a lot more. They don't deserve to be in your life, because when they had you, when you were in their presence, they took you for granted. They rejected you. They literally wanted nothing to do with you. And then all of a sudden, now they see you doing a lot better. Now they want to come around and act like you owe them something and make you prove yourself to them. And there's nothing that you need to prove anymore. You don't need to prove absolutely nothing. So one thing that they didn't know is that you never bite the hand that feeds you, unless the hand is your oppressor. So it's like, never bite the hand that feeds you, that does something good for you, unless that person is, oppressing you or making you, putting you down. So many of these demons, since, they are just fully, their demons just won't allow them to just make it work with you. It's like they try to think that you're trying to oppress them because you're trying to bring them out of the light, and they're resistant. They're resisting the light. It's like they're resisting the light. They're combating the light, and they really don't want you to expose their darkness. So what do they try to do is they try to bite you, and they try to oppress you instead. So unless that hand is your oppressor, so, unless that person is the person that is oppressing you and keeping you stuck, then you're fine. Now, here's a true lesson that we all must keep in mind, is that don't bring people into your life that are going to make it harder for you. Don't bring those people that are going to make life hard for you. If you know exactly that they're going to make your life a lot more difficult, then don't bring them into your life. Know exactly where to place people in your life, where they belong. And they showed you their true colors. When you were nothing, when they saw you as nothing, when they saw you as like, that you were just irrelevant to them, and that they didn't really, they didn't care about you. They were just like, that person, I could do better, I could find better, and I'm just gonna reject them and leave them. Who cares about them? They showed you their true colors. When someone doesn't need anything from you, They'll show you exactly who they are by the way that they treat you, by the way that they treat somebody that they think that they will never need. They reveal to you. You know, when people say like, oh, that person can't do nothing for me, then, you know, I don't care about that person. They go around and they talk bad and they do all this horrible, evil, wicked things against that person who has nothing to do, who has nothing to offer for them. Why do you think sometimes the homeless people get treated so badly? Because people look at them like, oh, like, you know, you don't contribute, you don't do anything, or you know. And it's like, it's so evil. It's like they treat people exactly who have nothing to gain from, because they're always in it for themselves. And you know, they show their true colors. They show you that they are arrogant, that they're haughty, prideful, full of themselves, that they're users, abusers, takers, backbiters. They show you exactly who they are. Like, when you see it, but best believe it. You best believe it that it's not they're not faking. They're not pretending to be mean or a bad person. That's exactly their character. They got poor character. A lot of these demons have very poor character, very poor morals. They're very immoral with their behavior and their actions and their words. So when someone shows you their true colors by the way that they treat you, by the way that they talk to you and everything, believe it. You know, they think because they have more than you at that time, they have materialistic possessions, a lot more money in their bank, they have a lot of people in their lives, and they see you being alone, and they think like, oh, you know, poor you, and they try to, you know, mock you and humiliate you and laugh at you. That's exactly who they are. They are just prideful, and they're demonic. They're demonic. Those are tormenting, torturing spirits within them, that they try to do the same thing that they feel onto you. How they feel about you is exactly how they will show you how they feel about you. And don't be deceived, you know. They still don't like you. They're just pretending to like you because they see that you have something that can help them in their life. Now they're looking at you as a trophy, as a winner, as something that they need to try to win. So you have to believe it. Trust in what you see. So we have to be more selective with who we allow into our lives. Because we know when we literally give unlimited access to every single person, we know what could happen. I mean, it's happened so many times when you just you give everyone the benefit of the doubt. And you're just taken for a ride, a roller coaster ride with these people. Because you're like, oh, now I see their true colors. Or when they're mean to someone, or when they talk bad about someone, and you're just like, wow, that's pretty mean. That's their true colors. When you see them very angry, they rage at you, they snap at you, they lash out at you for no apparent reason. Believe it, that's how they feel about you. Taken for a ride, not the good kind. Exactly, yep. Once you finally manage to get the snake out of your house, shut the door, seal it up, set boundaries, and don't let it back in. They pretend to be empathic. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a video on that, on how narcissists assimilate to be just like you, to get around you. I'm gonna make a video about that. I was raised by a covert narcissist. They're really good at playing on your empathy. Empaths have the weight of the world on their shoulders. But now it's the season where we just let go of that weight. We don't have to carry all that weight. You know, we have enough on our plate already to be adding more to it. And like I said, don't bring people into your life that's gonna make it harder for you. You're on a good path right now. Everything's going smoothly. Just, you know, just let it flow. Don't force anything, and don't carry on any more things in your life that's going to make it difficult. Sometimes you got to remove things out of your life. Instead of you thinking, I got to add more, I got to add more into my plate. No, sometimes you just got to remove things, so then you can actually get whatever work that you need to be done. You could get it done, and you have full focus on it. That's why God has made this season so amazing. We literally see everyone for who they are, and now we're just like, okay, I don't have to deal with that person. I could deal with that person. That person's I've outgrown that. I've outgrown those people, so I can't keep them around me, because I want to go and seek out more opportunities, because God right now is about to open new doors, new possibilities and new opportunities for you. Don't have that scarcity mindset. These same people that did you wrong, they have the scarcity mindset, and they don't deserve to be in your life anymore. They had to prove themselves to you, and they proved themselves very well to be a demonic spirit in your life. So believe it when you see it. Believe it. Don't believe this new person that they're pretending to be. They haven't changed, you guys. Changing is what is the reason why they changed? Did they change because they wanted to be a better person, because they truly wanted to heal? Are they only pretending to change just because it's going to benefit them? If they try to present themselves, the devil presents himself as an angel of light. They transform themselves as like, oh hi, with smiles, and oh, you look so pretty, and they're very nice and courteous to you. But not too long ago, when you were in that very dark space in your life, going through negative spiritual attacks, oh, they looked down on you. They mocked you, they laughed at you, they thought it was funny what they were doing to you, and then all of a sudden now they're just like, they're quiet. They respect you all of a sudden, but you're just like, you only respect me when I finally have it made. But when I didn't, you were kicking me, and you were actually trying to kick me even further down. So no, that's exactly, they showed you their true colors. Believe it the first time. Don't let them tell you the second time who they are, when they already told you who they are the first time around. Okay? Now you guys, you have already done enough for the ungrateful. Okay? They took your kindness for granted. They thought that you were always going to be there around, to stick around, to allow them to continue to keep playing you and dragging you in circles, and you're just going in circles and running around in circles, trying to just make it work, and chasing after them, trying to tell them like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, you just said, okay, that it's your choice now. I'm gonna leave it up to you, but I'm moving on. And you move on. Once you turn on that engine and you drive, you're heading towards a new horizon. You're not gonna go look back on your rear view and be like, wait, I forgot the Jezebel spirit over there. No, you gotta keep it going. These people are still trying to complete their agenda, which is to block your breakthrough, and to stop your breakthrough from happening, and to destroy you. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the deception. Okay? Remember, you can't serve two gods. They're serving a different God than you're serving. You can't serve two gods. And they only come around when they need something from you. They only come around when you have something for them. They only come around to see what it is that they can try to attain for their own personal gain. They're in it for themselves, and they're only thinking about themselves constantly. And when you needed them, they were not there. They were nowhere to be found. They were nowhere near you. You were just like, hey, I need help. I need someone to really, help me. And they had everything in their possibility to help you. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding you guys. Some of these people actually had the means. They actually were in a good place in life to help you out. And instead, since they already made their mind about you, they were like, oh no, I'm not gonna help you, because I know what you're gonna become one day, and if I don't support you, then I know that's gonna somehow stop you from getting your blessings. And that's why they don't show support. That's why so many people don't want to show support. They don't want to tell you, praise you, and tell you, good job, you're doing good, or keep going. The only one that's rooting for you is the man upstairs. He's the one that's rooting for you, and he's looking at you like, keep going, I believe in you. You know, don't quit. When all these people turn their back on you, and they're like, they wrote you off. They wrote you for dead. They're like, okay, this person's hit rock bottom, I'm out. You know, I don't want to go through these tough times with this person. I was only in it for the ride, for the joyride. I'm out, you know. After this, you know, it started to get dark in their life. I don't want to go through what they're going through. I don't want to carry their emotional baggage. Like, how exhausting. I'm going to go out and find other friends and replace them because, you know, they have nothing to offer me. Like, just look at them. Look at the emotional wreck that they are. They're vulnerable, they're weak, and they went around with other people and, you know, kind of put you to the side. So no, you guys, no, they do not deserve to come back into your life. When you needed them, they were nowhere to be found. And during those times, they saw you, they watched. Oh, you think they didn't watch? All these people were still watching you, keeping their eyes on you, trying to see like, oh, how are they doing? Did they make it? Are they in a bad situation right now? What's going on? And you know, trying these demons, they're constantly trying to gain personal information, and they go around trying, you know, to get in contact with certain people that you know, to get in contact with your family, to get in contact with your old friends. I'm not kidding you guys. There was people from elementary school, and they were two twins, and I realized that, you know, these people were just, they were fake. They were agents. They were like, oh, you know, my sister says you're really weird. And I was like, then why? I told her, why do you hang out with me then? If you don't really like me, if you think I'm weird, then why are you around me? You know, I told this person, why are you around me if you don't like me? Oh, you know, because, you know, you're a good person. I was like, I got to get rid of you. You know, you don't really like me. You talk bad about me. You call me weird behind, you know, your sister's back, and you like mock me, and you think that I'm weird, you know. But yet this person would get into communication with my other sibling, and they became friends, and now they're friends, and I'm just like, you know, it's a small world, but these demons work together. Oh, so no, I'm not going to allow them to come back into my life. It's crazy, you know. Triangulation, yeah, because I cut them off, and then now they were going to a family member and trying again to find out information about me. Like, they constantly need to know, like, what are you doing? Where are you at? Who are you with? What's going on in your life? Are you doing bad? Are you doing good? Oh, you're doing bad? Okay, that's good. Then I'm doing better than you. Oh, you're doing good? Oh, I'm going to try to outdo you, in competition with you. And you're like, I'm not in competition with any of you guys. You know? So yeah, and the fact that this person could tell me, like, blatantly and to my face, oh, my sister said that you're weird. I was like, oh, okay, you know, okay, like, that doesn't affect me anymore. I love being called weird. Weird means that I have spiritual gifts. You know, that's why they don't understand you, because you have something, you know. Gifted people are different. Gifted people, bring something new to the table. They're just God has anointed them with certain abilities, and that's what makes them very weird. You know, we're just weird in a very fun, and a very loving, and a humorous, and in our own way. And everybody has their own way, but it's like, to try to put someone down just for being who they are, you don't belong in my life. Like, you know, go find someone that resonates with you. But don't come around me if you don't like me, trying to hang out with me and trying to interview me and ask me, how's your life going? How's your relationship with so-and-so? So no, you know, I had enough of the fake love, of the fake support, of the fake, you know, concern. How are you? How have you been? That's fake concern. just I'll cut that person out of my life, you know. I really will, and I won't feel bad about it, because I know that, you know, they're not coming from a good place in their heart. They're coming from a place of deceitfulness, of deception, of trying to, you know, be wicked as to why they're gathering information, intel, infiltration in your life. Demons love to infiltrate. Demons love to infiltrate your life. Okay? And yeah, they work together, you guys. They work together. Like I said in the other live stream, demons literally, they recognize that they have a similar spirit, which is demonic, a low energy, and they all get together and they recognize each other and they decide to go against the light. So, you guys, we don't have to put up with this anymore. We don't have to tolerate. We don't even have to entertain. We have to just ignore it and just allow God to deal with them how he needs to deal with them. He's our vindicator. We don't need to worry about it. We just need to continue to focus on whatever God has us focusing on and whatever he wants us to be doing. So you've already done enough for the ungrateful people. I mean, you need to ignore it. You need to find a way to ignore it the best ability that you can. You know, don't feed into them. They want you to feed into them. That feeds their ego. That boosts their confidence up. And that you're giving your power away when you don't ignore it. And they're like, you know, they start getting happy, like, oh, I'm in power. So no, don't give into it. Just try to be very private with your life. If you know that they really don't have your best interests at heart. You know, you don't need to be out there like, oh yeah, you know, I have this going on and this other thing, you know. They'll be like, that's good. Oh, I'm happy for you. Oh, congrats, you know. Oh, you know, okay, yeah. Oh, and then they'll try to change the subject. Oh, you know, so I went over here, and you're just like, oh, okay, here we go again. They have that very witchy energy. So don't rush. Don't rush. Don't be pressured. Don't feel pressured by these people, you know, when they try to like get you to open up to them and reveal certain things, and they're like, "Oh, so tell me." Don't rush. Don't feel pressured. Okay? And say no to their requests when they try to pressure you to their requests. Sick of covert witchy people. Alright. So, let's see, hold on. We need to check our intentions. You know, our intentions are pure, our intentions are good, and we need to also test the spirit of other people to see what their intentions are. And if their intentions align with our intentions. If not, there's no relationship, there's no friendship that can ever be, formed, connected, you know, a connection between someone that serves a different God and you serve a different God. You just can't get together. It just won't work out. There's going to be so many clashes, so many misunderstandings, and so many frictions, like, you know, like conflicts in that relationship, because their intentions do not line up with your intentions. They have a whole different set of standards, of morals, of way of living, of way of thinking and being, and programming, and you have your own free mind. You're free thinker, you're free spirited, you have the Holy Spirit, and you have this freedom, you know, this very loving spirit. And they find that to be like, they try to change you because they're trying to take something from you. That's why they need to change you. They need to try to control you and try to make you feel bad about being yourself, because they need to try to get you to devalue you in order to get whatever it is that they are out for. Okay? Most of the time it's out for your energy, out for your resources, and just, you know, to look good near you and to hate you. Exactly. So, and haters, you know, haters always try to smile up in your face. Meanwhile, they're really saying the worst behind your back. So no, you guys, it's enough. It's enough. We're not dealing with these fake people. We're not dealing with these little demons. We're not dealing with any of it. Like, enough is enough. That's it. Like, you've tolerated so many years of constantly playing their games and running around and driving yourself crazy and just, oh, it's just, no, it's not worth, it's just chaos. It's chaotic, it's drama, and it's meaningless. It's meaningless. You're not getting anywhere. You're not gaining anything from dealing with them. In fact, you're always losing a lot more than when you were alone, you were doing good. And when you allowed them to come into your life, they do nothing but destruct your life and confuse you and bring all this chaotic energy around you. So it's deception, you know, because they present to be themselves to be just as you are. You know, they assimilate to be just like you. They get around you to study you, and then to study, you know, what are your weaknesses, where are your soft spots, where they can push your buttons, and where they can try to really use up all that energy and abuse you and misunderstand you intentionally, so they can continue to keep you around. And they never want to fix anything in the relationship. Why? Because they want to continue to go back and forth with you. These are narcissistic. These are Jezebel spirits. These are demons. They always want to go back and forth with you. It's like they never finish the work that they started. They started a problem and they never finish it. They want you to just continuously take them back and feel like, you know, you need to try to make it work with them because somehow they were in your life and now you need to try to sort things out. But they don't want to take accountability. So that's enough. We're not allowing people to be coming in and out of our lives. You know, once they made the choice and they decided, you know, that they didn't want anything to do with us, they have to stand on that choice. They have to keep their word. They have to keep whatever it is that they said about us, allow that to stand on it, you know, let them stand on it and cut them out permanently. Like, you're not going to be allowing someone who always goes in and out of your life and then allow them back in your life. What makes you think that they're going to somehow not do it again? You know, it's kind of like you're giving them permission to continuously keep pulling you away from them and then pulling you close near them. That's enough. You know, someone like that is confusing, and they don't have your best interest. They don't have good intentions with you to begin with, because they're just keeping you on a string. So that's enough. There's another thing, you know, we have to value our time. We have to value our time, because our time is sacred. You can never get your time back. That's why whenever we pray, whenever we read our Bible, that's our sacred time. That's our time that we wanted to devote, and we want to continue to get close and draw near God, so He can continue to, you know, work through us. But you guys, we need to value our time, because it's like we're giving our time away to just fruitless people who don't have any good fruit that they bear. You know, they're rotten to the core. So what are they going to do? They're going to try to get close to you and spoil all your good fruits. So do not associate yourself. And it's not that you think you're better than them. It's just that you finally know what you deserve, and you finally know that you work so hard to get to this level that you're not just going to continue to settle for less. And they can tell you, oh, you think you're better than them. Just be like, okay, if you want to think that way, but it's not true. You know, it's just you've outgrown, you've changed, you've grown as a person, and you finally decided that they don't serve you. You know, they don't serve your happiness, they don't serve your higher good, nothing. So it's enough. So don't give them don't give them access to your time. You know, it doesn't matter if they're your friend, your father, your sibling, an old acquaintance, an old boss, an old associate, a neighbor, someone in your life. You know, once you know that they don't respect your time and they don't honor you as a person, they disrespect you and they don't respect you as a person, then, you know, they're not worthy of your time. So keep your boundaries up, and you know, take care of your personal well-being, of your spiritual well-being, of your energy. Protect your heart, guard your heart. Okay? And don't let people play on your emotions. Don't let people play on your heart, because that is so evil. You know, when people really want to use your heart to get what they want from you. No, don't allow that. Guard your heart. Don't be deceived. And it's important to learn how to say no. It's very important to learn how to say no to people who you know, who have clearly showed you that they don't deserve what it is that they're asking from you. And there's nothing, it's not selfish, it's not, you're not being mean, you're not being unfair. It's just, you know, they reaped what they sowed. You know, they were mean to you, they disrespected you, and then they want to come around and asking you a whole bunch of favors and telling you to do a bunch of things for them as if they deserve it, as if they deserve to actually have you continue to give into whatever they want. Just learn how to say no. You know, they always want something from you, but they're never willing to give anything back in return. They always leave you empty-handed. You come with a full-handed, you know, and they're like, they take all of it and then they leave you empty-handed. They leave you a lot more drained. They leave you more less of yourself. They take the best parts of you, and you know, like you worked so hard to be in oneness that you don't need people taking certain parts of you away, and they only want to deal with you because of a certain area that they can benefit from, but they don't want to accept you fully for who you are and actually get to know you like the real you. And in fact, they want to keep a superficial relationship so they can just continue to act like, you know, like, oh, I'm friends with her, oh, I know her, oh, I know him, oh yeah, that person, you know, I'm very close to them. And you know, it's important to say no because people will try to take advantage of you, and they won't stop. They'll continuously ask, and they'll continuously want more and more from you. Okay? So they'll keep asking you more and more and more, and they'll tell you, like, you need to prove yourself that you're my friend. You have to do this and this for me. That's not a friendship. That's a one-sided relationship. Eliminate these people out of your life. Like, just cut them out of your life, you know, because you already know why they come into your life to begin with. It's not because they actually want to build something or they actually want to love you. They just they love what's attached to you. So get around people with pure love and get away from people with fake love. Alright. Especially when you know that a certain person has a lot of emotional issues, a lot of problems in their life, and you know that you don't have the emotional capacity, you don't have the emotional you know, space for them, and you have to take care of your own well-being, your own spiritual well-being. You can't take on someone who has a lot of emotional issues in their life. You just have to learn how to just, you know what doesn't belong to you and what does belong with you, because they'll use you as their therapist, they'll use you as their psychologist, and they'll continuously be coming back to your life only to tell you their problems, only to use you to vent and to emotionally dump all their problems onto you so they can feel better about themselves, and they can leave you feeling like a slump, lazy and like tired and drained and exhausted, and give you headaches just by dealing with them, make you spiritually sick. So you have to learn how to say no. You know, no, I'm sorry, I don't have the emotional capacity to hear you out today, but you know, maybe we can talk about something else. Like, you don't have to, you're not obligated just because someone wants to place those expectations on you. And that's what people will do. They'll come into your life and they'll tell you they expect you to be a certain way. They expect you to allow them to treat you however they want to. And it's like you also are your own separate spiritual being with your own needs and desires, and if it doesn't line up with you and you know that you have a lot more to lose and they don't, then it's best that we just keep it moving and just move out of their way. So Here's another thing, you guys. There's certain people in your lives that are going to ask you, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you help me over here? Hey, I need help with this. Hey, go to the store and go get me this. Hey, can you help me fix my sink? Can you help me carry this what do you call it? These furnitures, because I'm about to move. Or can you help me cook dinner? Can you actually cook dinner because you cook really good? Now, be aware of these people who are opportunists. I want to give you guys some knowledge. There are certain people that are very charming, very complimentary. They'll tell you, oh, you cook really good. Maybe you should cook dinner tonight. Oh, I love the way that you make your smoothies. Maybe you should make smoothies today for breakfast. And they put all the responsibility on you. They're like, but they compliment you like, oh, I love the way that you do this. Maybe you should do it for me. And you're like, what? Like, okay, like, I get it. You're complimenting me. But at the same time, you're expecting me to do it for you? Like, just because you complimented me does not mean that I want to do whatever you ask later on after that sentence. That's manipulation. That's someone who's trying to take advantage of you. You have the right to say no. No, not this time. So there's certain ways that these manipulators use their wordings, and we need to really read between the lines and know exactly that they're trying to use you. I want to give you guys some more examples. Or they'll compliment you. Oh, you look really pretty, but can you do me a favor? I had a boss like this. I had a very exploitative boss. She would compliment me and tell me, oh, I love your jacket, but can you do me a favor? And I would say, no, I can't. And she was like, why? Why can't you? I was like, I said no. Can you do this for me? No. Can you do this for me? She would continuously keep asking it over and over again. She would repetitively, keep asking the same question again and again and again. And I would repeatedly say, no. Can you do this for me? I said no. Can you do this for me? And it was like, I felt like I was being groomed. These demons are just treacherous, you guys. They literally will groom you. They groom you, and they're like, oh, I love the way you do this. Oh, I love the way that you help me. You're such a good person. You're such a sweet person. And you're like, no, I won't be able to help you this time. Why? Why not? You've helped me the other times. Why can't you? You're like, I just can't. I can't help you. And they'll keep asking, well, can you do this then for me? This is exploitative, you guys. This is just someone who's really trying to create this stronghold with you. It's demonic. They need control even when it's a petty matter. Exactly. Yes, I had a boss even have me like put her food away, or microwave her food and things like that. Things that I was like questioning, like, why am I being asked to do this certain stuff? It's like, oh, can you put my food away? I left it on the counter. Can you put the food away in the fridge? And I was like, what? And she kept piling like responsibilities over and over on me. Like, okay, do this, do that, do this. And I was like, wow, like, you really are exploiting me, and you're unappreciative. You're not even grateful. And this same person was targeting me, and my targeting individual. This same woman was part of the workplace mobbing, exploiting me. No, it's not good, you guys. It's not good. They're very unappreciative. Enough is enough. They don't deserve to come back around to try to continue to take more and more from you. If that same person were to come back into my life asking me for a favor, asking me to allow them to come back into my life to try to take something from me, the answer will be no, and I will stand my ground and say no. I only did it because I had a job. But even when I had a job, there was still no right to exploit me. Out of every other person that was working there, I was being, you know, taken advantage of. Taken advantage of. That they take advantage of your kindness, and they see it as weakness, and they prey on it, and they don't respect you. They do not respect you at all. So those type of people, eliminate them out of your life. They do not deserve to be around you. When you know how they are, they operate out of selfishness, and they're only out for themselves. They won't give anything in return. And what do? They stab you in the back once they get what they want. They go around trying to make you look bad. No. And that you had enough. You had enough. Same things with friends. Same things with friends. People that call you a friend. Okay, people that call you a friend, but they treat that relationship as a way to use you. And they call you, they're like, oh, but you're my friend. Oh, but you're my bro, you're my sis, you know, we're best buddies. And they're constantly calling you to ask you to do things for them, asking you for favors, asking you to take them to work or pick them up because they need to be at a certain place, or to just enable them and do things for them. Now, it's okay to be a good person and to help them. It crosses the line when now it becomes like it's your obligation. Now it becomes like it's your responsibility. And it should never be that way. It should be a two persons appreciating and, you know, treating each other good. But shame on this person, you know, making me feel bad just because I wasn't allowing this person to exploit me, making me feel like guilty and calling me a bad person because I wasn't allowing this person to do whatever it was that this person was asking me to do, or a friend as well. You know, so be it. Play the villain in people's lives. You know, be the bad person if that means saving yourself and not disowning yourself and not disrespecting yourself. One of the worst things that I can possibly say is those certain people that come into your lives and they expect you to fix their life. They expect you to fix their life, to fix their problems, to fix their marriage, whatever things that they have going on. They'll use you as a way to improve their life, but they'll never give you anything in return. But they want you to fix their life. They place you there to be their emotional punching bag, to be their emotional support. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve to even be in those situationships. You do not. You know, we should never allow people to have that certain level of power over us and over our life. They love to put on this fake smile and they act all nice. I see right through it. Yeah, they don't even like you. I mean, they don't even like you as a person. They don't even respect you and value you. They don't even believe that. They don't even want to get to know you and, you know, want to be there for you. It's like always about their needs and what they want. But they never make anything about you. In fact, they always refocus the conversation back on them. So no, I'm not, you know, we're not putting up with this anymore, you guys. That's enough. That's enough. I'm serious. That's enough. You know? They want to make your life so difficult and so much more harder. They want you to go through what they're going through. And what they're going through has nothing to do with you. And they make you feel bad when you don't allow them to project their problems, their insecurities, their hatred onto you. If they call you buddy or guy, beware. It's usually disingenuous. And I mean, why would they make you feel bad when they're coercing you to do things for them? You know, why would they make you feel bad when they're the ones manipulating you? They should feel bad for what they're doing. That is so wrong. That is wrong in every way. That is trespassing someone else's free will and controlling them and trying to govern their ability to say no. You know, it feels bad, especially when you really don't want to do something and they're telling you, like, just do it for me. You know, it's something simple that I'm asking. You know, it will only take you less than a minute to do it. It'll only take you less than a minute to do it for me. I had family members that would use me, you guys, and I'm saying abuse and use me. Family members. And I was good to them. And what they would do is they would treat me like I was a servant. Oh, can you go get me a glass of water? Oh, can you go get me the snacks that I left on the counter and bring them to me? And no please. They would never say please or thank you. It was always like, you know, no. I won't allow people to treat me like they only treat me well only to use me. But yeah, they'll do certain things like, oh, can you go bring me a glass of water? Can you go bring me the remote control? And it's right in front of them. And I'm like, the remote control is right in front of you. You really can't reach and grab it? I had a family member one time that finished eating. She finished eating. Oh, so entitled, you guys. Disgusting. Entitlement. Entitled. She finished eating and she called me out. She's like, Adriana. And I was like, yes. Can you please put my plate in the sink? I was like, what? Wait, what? You have the ability. The sink is right in front of you. It only takes you like less than a minute it takes you seconds to just get up and put your dishes in the sink. Calling me to literally grab her plate and put it in the sink. That is so evil. That is so evil. And getting like a sense of gratification over doing something like that to me. No. And everyone was watching and they were like looking at me like, you know, ready to shame me if I said no. Ready to shame me. Like that's how these narcissistic family systems are. They'll shame you if you say no to them. Wow, you're selfish. They want us to be their slaves. Yes. Using service as a way to manipulate. No. I won't allow these people back into my life. I will not allow these people back into my life. At the time, I didn't know any better. Trust me, I did not know any better. I did say yes, you know, because I felt guilty. Because I struggled with that shame and that guilt that was, you know, programmed in me to be a codependent, to be a people pleaser. And I was a people pleaser for many years. And now I'm like, no, I don't want to be known as that person anymore. I'm not being that. No, I'm not. I'm changing. I'm changing for the better. Yes. And no, they don't have to agree with me. They don't have to like it. That has nothing to do with me anymore. No, I don't care. I don't care. No, because they don't even love you or care about you. They just want you to, you know, want you there so they can benefit and use you up. So don't give a level of power and control to a person, to anyone. They shouldn't have. No one should have power and control over you. And you know what ends up happening? You start losing your dignity when you continue to allow people to take and 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 take away from you. You start to lose your dignity and your respect. So we have the right to say no. And we have to practice that word. No. No. No is a complete sentence, and there's no, if they ask why, I said no. It's my final answer. No. Don't allow people to play you. You're not a game. You're not a joke. It's a selfish game that they want you to play. All right? It's selfish game. And these people are destroying your life. They're destroying your life. They really are. They're a liability, not an asset in your life. A liability. And here's one thing that you always know. Can I ask you a favor? Can I ask you a favor? Be aware of those people who constantly love that manipulative phrase. Can I ask you a favor? So you have the right to say no. And you're not responsible for their emotions afterwards. This is one thing that I always, worried about, their reaction upon me putting myself first. Because, oh yeah, they always have a very negative or a very dramatic reaction when you say no to them. Woo! When you say no to these manipulators and users, you shouldn't care if you hurt their feelings afterwards. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna recover. It's not the end of the world just because they have been told no. And it doesn't make you a bad person. You're not a bad person. If they tell you you're a bad person, go back to watch this video and remind yourself you're not a bad person because you said no to someone. You're not selfish because you said no to someone. You're not a mean person because you said no to them. You're not less of a good person because you decided to say no to someone. It doesn't make you less of a good person. You being a good person has nothing to do with how much you do for everyone. It's not your good deeds. It's about just you being who you are. They put on those puppy eyes. Yeah, manipulative. Oh yeah. And what do they do? They give you nothing in return. Nothing in return. Stop giving. Stop giving to the ungrateful, to the selfish, and to the people that love to hog things. They never want to give. They're like, I'm entitled. I don't have to give. They're selfish. Oh no. Don't let people's problems become your problems. Don't let people's problems become your problems, okay? Prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself. All right. And another thing I have to say is don't let people rush you into doing something. They put a certain time limit. Like, so what's the answer? Yes or no? Don't allow people to pressure you. Say no to their requests. Say no to their requests. Don't allow them to rush you. And life is about balance. Remember that. Life is about balance. It's all about balance. There needs to be a balance in a relationships as well. And another thing is, they're not in alignment with your life. You know, they're not in alignment with your life, with what you have planned, what you want to do with your life, what you want to achieve, what kind of relationships you want to literally allow into your life. If someone's not in alignment with you, then just, you know, just say, I'm sorry, but I don't want that in my life. You have the choice. You have free will. You can choose if you want someone to be in your life, or if you no longer want that person to be a part of your life because they keep doing you wrong and they take no accountability, and now you're like, I don't want anything to do with them because they really don't change. And it's an old record being played over and over again. An old CD, just ding, 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 ding. So it's not, you know, and always, you know, take your life serious. You know, check if you have enough time for them or enough space for another person. Do not just, you know, sacrifice your whole entire time for someone, and then you're just like, oh, I don't have enough time for me. I gave up my whole entire day for this person. I had an agent one time that told me if I can help this person move, you know, help this person move into their new dorm, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll help you. They don't know, they're so ungrateful. Like, they just use you. Yeah, they don't love you, they just want to use you. So these people who try to come back into your life, they don't love you, they just want to use you. Don't be deceived by them. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them play on your emotions. No. Another response you can give them is, no, that doesn't work for me. You know, just tell them to just flat out. You know, if they ask something that you're just like, what? You're like, no, that doesn't work for me. You know? Also, be very careful who you call your family, who you call your friends, who you call your romantic partner. Be careful who you call certain, you know, titles and things that someone has, you know. They're gonna be like, well, I'm your grandma. Well, I'm your, I was your best friend at one point in your life. You know, be careful who you call those. Yep. Love is action, it's not just a word. There's more that comes with the word love. All right, you guys. Another thing I want to share with you guys is that they'll come to you to eat off of your table and eat off of whatever your blessings, whatever you have going on. But you won't be allowed, you won't even be permitted to eat at their table. You know, whatever they have going on, they won't ever include you. They won't ever, you know, invite you or allow you to be a part of their life and, you know, what things that they're working on, whatever they have going on. But they'll sure enough, you know, show up at your table ready to eat off of your plate, but they won't let you eat anything off of their plate. So it's so selfish, you guys. It's one-sided. And you know, a relationship, people should be there for each other. You know, it should be a win-win. People should be there for each other. And when you have constant takers, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna constantly take. And they're only looking out for themselves. They are only in it for themselves. Another manipulative word phrase that they use is, if you love me, you would do this for me. If you actually cared about me, you would do this. You're the only person that can help me. You're the only person that can do this one thing for me. You know, because they don't have any other person that will allow them to use them. So, you know, these type of people are demonic. These are just demons. It's a spiritual war, you guys. They just try to drain you till you ain't got nothing left. And when they know that they have access to your life, to certain things that you have, they try to come into your life because they know that you have the access to something that they want. So it's very one-sided. They take your kindness for weakness. They try to manipulate you. They only want you around when they can benefit from you. So they only want you around when they can benefit from you. But when there's nothing that they can benefit from, they're nowhere to be found. They care not to be with you out of love. They use you like you are, only to be used. Okay? This is not what God wants for you. And I'm sure many of us have experienced people using us for their emotional baggage, emotionally venting, their emotional punching bag, and their emotional therapist, and their psychologist. They use us as a psychologist. So, it's okay to be there for people. I'm not saying that, you know, just, you know, don't give at all, just, you know, just keep everything for yourself. No, still be there for people, but also know your limits. Know your limits and know your values and know how they receive what you give them, what you give to them. Know how they receive it. Are they receiving it as if like, oh yeah, you owe me more than that. Oh yeah, you got to do more. That wasn't enough. Keep giving more and more and more. So just don't allow people to treat you this way. You're a human being. You need to protect your spiritual well-being, your emotional well-being. You need to look after yourself. You need to prioritize yourself, and you need to put yourself first before you put everyone else's needs and wants before yours. And get rid of the takers. Get rid of the users. Start to invite givers into your life. Go and look for people who share the same values, the same love and appreciation that you show them. Look for people that will give you exactly what you give back to them. That way your cup isn't always empty and their cup is always overflowing and filled. And you're always left with a low cup. So this season, invite givers into your life. Invite other people. Receive, okay? You know, you constantly gave and gave and gave. This is a season where Yeshua wants you to receive. He wants you to, you deserve it. You know, this is your time to just receive whatever God wants to bless you with and place in your life. You've done enough. You've done enough already. You know, take a break. You know, let go of all that unnecessary baggage and drama that people bring into your life. You know, you're doing good. You don't deserve to be dealing with other people's problems when you haven't done anything to them, or you weren't responsible for them projecting all that onto you. And they know that you didn't deserve that. They didn't know that you didn't deserve to be treated badly, and they know that you weren't deserving of them treating you like an emotional punching bag. Stand your ground, put your foot down on their neck, and tell them, no, you cannot use me, you cannot abuse me, and you cannot disrespect me and think that you're constantly going to still have access to me, regardless of how you choose to treat me. Bad behavior, I'm not going to reward it. And bad behavior, there's consequences to your actions. You don't get another chance, because life is not a game. And you're not a game to be, you know, allowing people to continue to make you feel like you have to settle for whatever it is that they're offering and giving you in their life. And in fact, when they're making your life, they're bringing problems into your life that you didn't even have. And once you get rid of these people, you'll notice how peaceful you feel. You feel a sense of lightness, of liberation, of spiritual liberation. But I didn't get finished with the topic that I was focusing on. So when you're nice to someone, right, and they don't respect you, they don't respect your kindness, your niceness, you can actually withdraw it from them. You can say, I have been nice to you, but you did not respect me. You didn't take the time to know me and make time for me. Now, people will show you their level of interest, their level of investing in you by the way that they treat you and when they make time for you, and they also show an effort to want to be in your life. Now, it's a two-way street, you guys. People have to show an effort as well if they want to make a relationship work. You can't just constantly be the one, you know, chasing them or doing all the work in the relationship, and they're just sitting back and expecting you to continue to just give them whatever they want, and from them to exploit you. You know, it's a one-sided relationship. So with that being said, it's important that we let go of the people that are just, you know, using us, you guys. They really do not deserve to be in our lives. Now, what God is trying to do is He's trying to transform us, He's trying to renew us, and He's trying to elevate us. So these same people that, you know, used you, they won't be able to come back into your life, because, you know, you've changed. You no longer are as you know, weak. You guard your heart, and you don't just allow people to deceive you, because what they do is they try to deceive you. They don't tell you, you know, straightforward exactly what they want out of the relationship, and, you know, they're very secretive, and they have their own hidden agenda as to why they're even being around you to begin with in the first place. So you know, it's never an excuse. It's never an excuse to be a bad person, to be disrespectful. And don't live in denial. Like, don't allow them to deny you the way that they're treating you. And also, you don't be in denial. Like, don't stay in denial and be like, oh, it's not that bad. You know, it could be worse. But if, you know, you're constantly struggling to make the relationship work, and it's like it's taking a toll on you emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, financially, in all areas of your life, don't deny that certain parts of your life need to change, that something needs to be removed, or that someone needs to be cut off from your life completely, because they're making your life hell. They're literally bringing problems into your life that are unnecessary, and you don't need to be dealing with all that. So, cut these type of people out of your life permanently. Permanently cut them out of your life. These same people are the ones that smile in your face, and the whole time they want to take your place. So, you guys ever heard that song? They smile in your face, whole time they want to take your place. The backstabbers, backstabbers. They're using you. They don't care. You know, they don't care about you. So, make people earn it. Make people earn to have access to you. If they're not willing to put the work in, then they're not willing to receive everything that they're demanding and asking for, because nothing in life is free, and they're trying to take the easy way out by using you to elevate themselves. It's like they gotta put in the work too. They gotta show effort. They gotta show that they actually want whatever it is that they're asking for. Let them show the work. That way they don't think like, oh, you easily gave in to whatever I wanted from you, so I can continue to do that because every time you just give me whatever I want, and all I have to do is ask. And I don't have to do anything in return because, you're not putting anything difficult for me. But you have to teach people, like, tell them like, oh, I got a couple assignments, but can you help me first with this, and then I'll be able to help you with whatever it is that you're asking me for. Teach people a lesson. Teach people a lesson, and make them work for it. Make them work for it. Make them work for earning a spot in your life, especially when they broke your trust, when they disrespected you, and when they easily just, rejected you or demeaned you, devalued you. There needs to be an explanation as to why they did it. Don't just allow them to re-enter just out of nowhere. Just be like, oh yeah, here, come back. They're just gonna continue to do the same thing over and over again. I have a troll on this live stream who, my father put me in this program. So you coming on here thinking any thoughts on your dad? I don't want him, and I don't care about him. He is permanently removed out of my life. Don't ever talk about him. I mean it. Why are you even on my channel? I removed myself away from my narcissistic father. He doesn't deserve me. I'm living alone. I'm happy. I don't need any toxic, manipulative abuser in my life. That's what he is. He knows what he did to me. So no, I don't care. I don't have any opinion. I'm not gonna feed into any of you guys. You guys you guys abused me all my life, and you're coming on here. Any thoughts on your dad? I don't care. I don't even think about him. You had to just ruin my live stream. I make this video because I'm not looking back, and that's a perfect example. That I'm not looking back, and I'm not going back to my past ever again. I'm not giving any more chances. I already gave you enough chances. There's no more chances. You can't make things right with me. And I'm not going back to what broke me, that I had to heal from, and I had to recover from all the abuse. So I'm not going back. So sorry, but I'm doing so much better with my life. I don't need to. It's a blessing that you were removed from my life. Thank you. Thank you. You did me the biggest favor by not being in my life. And I mean that. I mean that. I truly mean that. I'm very forgiving, but you took it too far. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not. So that's a perfect example of when people from your past try to come back, They're gonna try to be all nice. They're gonna try to be on your good side now, after the whole abuse and disaster and, you know, trying to destroy you, and now all of a sudden they're for you. Now they're their biggest supporters. Now you're my biggest supporter, huh? Now you want me back. Sorry, I ain't coming back. I mean that. I'm not coming back. I really mean that. But thank you for like the gang stalking. Thank you for wearing the color red. I love you guys. You know, you guys, my family, you guys are just amazing. I'm being sarcastic. I'm being very sarcastic. Yeah, sorry. I'm not sorry. Wait, I'm really not sorry. Talking about that guy, Miguel Mejia. He's part of this, I'm not even related to him. He's family of my stepmother, which has nothing to do with me because, you know, I don't know her. You know, who is she? Did I meet her? Nah, I don't think so. I don't know her. I don't know who you're talking about. You know, don't act like we ever had something. We never had a relationship, so there was nothing ever between us, you know? We were nothing, and it's gonna stay nothing, you know? Sorry. But my self-respect is high. I will not disrespect myself by going back to crumbs when I'm worth the whole package. You're not gonna breadcrumb me, you're not gonna give me less than what I deserve. I'm not settling for less. And this video is exactly what I'm talking about. People who want to use you and abuse you and take you as a joke and think that they can come back and forth in and out of your life. No, it's not a restaurant. I'm at a restaurant. You can't just come in and out of my life whenever you please to. Okay? It took me years to heal. It took me years to heal. And I'm at a great situation in my life currently. And I'm not taking it back. I'd rather be alone than to be around miserable people who don't even love me, who don't even care about me, who don't even value me. When now I have this platform and I have people that actually love and appreciate me, and I get to share my wisdom and I get to share my testimonies on here. And these people actually do support me, and I hope this is my real family. That's what you call family right there. People that don't turn their back and betray you and go around making lies about you that are not even true just because you want control over my life. I will never let you control me. You could get a bunch of people to try, but I'm gonna be free. You don't control me anymore. I'm not a little girl. I'm a full adult. I'm a full adult. Sorry. You're not gonna parentify me. You know, you did a horrible job raising me. You're not gonna parentify me. Don't act like you were the best parent ever. Oh, you always want to put yourself on a pedestal. The reason why I'm the way I am is because I literally did this with God's help. The Most High has my back. He never fails me. He never forsaken me. And I love Him with all my heart. I love God with all my heart. I'll never turn my back on the Most High. You know, even though your own enemies can be in your household, which they are, but that doesn't make you family. Because family is actually, it's just a title, you know. But my real family is the people who connect to me on a soul level, who share the same values, love, the same morals that I have. So but don't come back, you know, don't come back with that, because I will literally make a video exposing the whole truth. So keep your distance away from me, okay? It's better that you keep your distance away from me, or I'm gonna expose you guys, and I don't want to have to do that. You know, I'm being very respectful. I'm protecting you guys. So technically, do not even go there with me. don't go there with me. I don't pay evil with evil. I pay evil with good. But don't come back, you know, playing the victim, acting like, you know, he cares about me. Oh, he's worried. What is he worried about? All my life he hasn't been even present. And just because he's part of me being born doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that he owns me. Because I know narcissists have a very distorted way of viewing people. They view people as property, as narcissistic supply, you know. And that's what I mean with narcissistic people. They use you, they abuse you, and then they discard you. They dispose of you once they're done using you, and then they leave you, and then they want to come back once you're doing better in your life. Like, all of a sudden, all the people from my past are coming back. Wow, you guys came back like snakes, huh? Just hiding? You guys were hiding, and then you guys slithered back in? Sorry, gotta go. Got to go. Best thing. You turned out to be the best thing I never had. And I'm gonna always be the best thing you never have. You turned out to be the best thing I never had. And I'm gonna always be the best thing you'll never have. I'm proud of myself. Exactly. People laugh like it was a joke. I don't see people laughing anymore. You know? Everyone went silent. Hi. And I'm not going to be miserable because my life is going to continue on. Especially when I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to live happily ever after. You turned out to be the best thing I never had. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. You know, this topic had nothing to do with my family. This topic, you know, was just focused on don't look back, don't go back. That's what I wanted to make this message about. I'm not gonna go on detail about, you know, personal family traumas and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say in this video, you guys. I'm gonna end it right there. Alright, you guys. I'm ending it right here. You guys have a good day. Continue to be yourselves. Continue to stay true to who you are. Continue to share that beautiful light with the world, and continue to be you. Alright. Bye.